New Ventures Develop is unlike any other class that you're going to take at Duke. So we wanted to take a few minutes and make sure that you fully understood how to excel in this course. The course is project-based. You're working on someone's real venture. This is their baby. This is the idea that they have chosen to move forward. And so it deserves your commitment. You're expected to commit at least 5 hours of additional work outside of our class meeting time. You can expect that 1 hour of this will be reading the assignments and the content and prepping, and then an additional at least 4 or 5 more hours actually working on the venture and running experiments. We're going to use a flipped classroom model. And the reason for that is the biggest value that Max and I can add to you and the venture is to roll our sleeves up, to get into the data with you, to ask you the hard questions, and really spend time engaging with you and your team on the venture itself. So this means that the course concepts will be delivered outside of the class. You'll have readings, videos, podcasts, other assignments that you need to read and prepare and try to comprehend and understand in advance of coming into the class. It's absolutely imperative that you do this in order to be prepared for the exercises that we will do in the class. If you don't, it's going to be a suboptimal learning experience for you, and it's going to actually damage the quality of work that your team can do. So, in order to ensure that everyone is reading the assignments before each and every class, there will be a quiz that we will all take at the first 10 minutes of class that will contribute towards your final grade. During the class session, after the quiz, we will revisit the core concepts, applying it to a specific example, and then break into our teams to work and apply the concept on your specific venture. Max and I will be circulating, spending time with each of the teams to really give feedback and to ask the hard and probing questions to make you better. Frequently, you'll also be paired with another team to give feedback on the work that they've done or ask to share your work with the broader class so that we can dissect it together and all learn as a unit. Each week, you and your team will be graded on the work that we do together in class. You'll be assessed on how prepared you were, how well you applied the concepts to your project, the quality of the work that you did, and overall how your team performed. This too will contribute to your total grade. The backbone of the course is identifying the key assumptions or risks that are a threat to your business. To de-risk the business, we'll run a series of experiments, and those have to take place outside of class. So there's a lot of work that you're going to be doing throughout the entire semester to continually run tests that will help de-risk the venture. This is in addition to us moving forward with some core concepts that you'll also need to understand, like sustainable competitive advantage and financial modeling. And so this will all be layered together throughout the course to ensure that you get a robust understanding of how to move from early ideas to validated business concept. The final assignment is a presentation of the work that you've done over the course of the semester, as well as a strategy write-up that articulates a go or no-go decision. You, based off the evidence that you've collected over the course of the semester, you will decide, is this a business worth doing, and should we move forward with continuing to invest time, money, and resources into pursuing this business opportunity, and why? What's the evidence that you've collected to support that decision? We'll share more about the write-up and the presentation along the way, but if you're eager, you can check out the overview of those assignments already posted to Canvas. A critical component of this course is the team, and I can't stress enough that team cohesion and team communication is the #1 factor in a successful semester, as well as making progress on the venture. And honestly, also for life in general. So it's a good time to practice. We strongly encourage you and your team to establish a time to meet, a recurring time to meet weekly now, before things get too busy. You should define how you want to communicate with each other and make commitments about the speed of communication that you expect from one another. And don't forget, Max and I are your teammates as well. We're here for questions or any red flags that arise, and it's better to approach us and talk to us early than to wait until something goes south. At the end of the semester, your team will evaluate your contributions to the team assignments and the effort along the way. They will assess you both based off the quantity as well as the quality of the contributions that you made And based off the aggregate composition of how the entire team weighted and scored your effort, a multiplier will be applied to all of your team grades at the end of the semester, which can move your grade up or down. There's two other really important pieces of information about the course that you should know. Attendance and participation in this team and project-based class is absolutely imperative. And we know that things arise. There's reasons why you have to miss class. That's why we automatically grant you 2 absences, no questions asked. However, any absence beyond those 2, for any reason, even ones that are valid and very much out of your control, will result in a deduction of a half of a letter grade per absence. Be very judicious in how you decide to use your absences. Make sure you save them in case something unexpected actually does happen. All assignments and their due dates will be listed on Canvas before the start of the semester. We do not accept late assignments for any reason. So please plan in advance and don't wait until the last minute just in case you encounter a technical glitch. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to Max or Jamie. We're here. We're excited to support you. Let's get after it.